Seems out to be sitting here, paying me respects to you. Little respect I had for you. Still, shouldn't speak ill of the dead. Not with these nibs listening. There you got. Love the book. Can't wait for the sequel. Suppose me old fella's up there with you now, is he? Sorry about him. Jeez, we only had to put up with him for 72 years. You've got an eternity of the fecker. You'd have thought you'd suffered enough. Ah, no. I'm just kidding. We all know where he's gone. You're right down there, Dad! Ah, well, red always did suit you. Of course, it's the old devil I feel sorry for. Jeez, you never stop going on about the heating bill up here. Imagine the earache openings again. Fine job you've done on us. You're brave boys. Me estranged, Pat's a drunk, and Dave, well, shameful. Fucking shameful. The words I say for you. Conversations I'd had over and over in me head, played different every time should I ever see you again. Why'd I waste so much time hating you? Now you're dead. Sure, I wasted plenty wishing you dead. But now I'm to be a dad myself, so that'll be feckin' interesting, won't it? But I have my own little Shannon stood over me coffin someday wishing he'd been the one to put me there. Tell you the truth, I think the only reason me and Mary are still together is to spite you and our dad. Now, if used to have popped off, fate's dropping a little bundle in our laps to keep us together. Crafty little bastard, that fate. When Mary first told me about the baby, I said to her, Shannon, men don't make for good fathers. Look at you. Look at me. She says to me, just do everything he didn't and you'll be right. That's not strictly true, is it? See, I remember a time when it was you, and me, and Ma. That was good. I'd go so far as to say I have fond memories of you back then. Go on, you can smile. They're like lead in me throat, them words. But they're true. You were happy. And then there was Paddy, and as he does, Paddy caused a mess, but Mum had him, and you and me, well, you had me. And somewhere along the line, you and me just flipped like magnets. Stopped pulling, started pushing. You'd shove me, I'd shove back. Can't help but feel I'm to blame.
Sorry, carry on, Chris. Sean just needed the keys back from last night.
No, we're done now, so. The feck did I just say? What am I asking you for? Well, I suppose the least I can do is a formal farewell. God bless you and keep you, Dan. I'll shake your hand and bid you a safe journey on.
You're dicing with death eating those things.
Probably what killed him in the end.
Not quite. I'm sorry I interrupted you.
Did you hear any of that?
I was trying not to I wanted to give you...
It was all bollocks.
What was?
Whatever it was I was saying.
I didn't think you had a kind word for him.
Maybe the odd word. We've more against.
Just takes the odd good word. Or the right word. Any word.
Jeez, it smells like someone shot a cow in that, Jackson. Am I interrupted something? Are we not?
No.
It's got 11, so the hearse will be here soon.
Waste of feckin' money.
Another jar?
I'll have a water.
And a fucking wig?
Will you leave off? I'm out of practice,
I
like.
think I'd join you. Jeez, I forgot the power of this stuff. It's all weak as piss over in the States. You want to slow down yourself.
Fuck off.
Ah, come on, there's a night to go yet. Pace yourself.
Jeez, you sound like Ma.
You're right, Pat.
Yeah, look it. Will you get me some water?
You alright? You thirsty?
No. I want to wash the fucking tables.
Right, so.
Can I have some water?
Never worked for me, the water into wine thing.
Lacked that divine spirit, did you?
When I heard the story of the wedding at Cana, I thought I'd have a crack myself. Man walked in and I told the jugs out on the floor, following the moves he had in the book.
You should have known it was a Bible and not a bleeding cookbook.
Glad I didn't try the loaves and the fishes. Man would have killed me for clearing out the ladder.
We were never the holiest of lads.
Not for the lack of Matt trying.
Jesus, I prayed as much as her the real miracle of even getting any work done.
You used to get me told off for laughing during the rosary at night.
That wasn't my fault.
It was so. You always used to get me a giggling, swinging your beads round the place like the Lone Ranger with the lasso.
What was it she'd say?
Do you think God would be laughing if he could see you right now?
I reckon he would have a chuckle.
God, if she'd have been any more Catholic, she'd have been Pope.
Yes, sir. That's why we loved her.
She certainly was a one-of-a-kind lady.
And loved. Turned out in droves for her wake, they thought. Didn't you sing at her funeral?
Paddy never
Never sang it, Mass. Jeez, why's everyone taking
You sang her song, you and Dan.
I definitely never sang it with Dad.
Dad wouldn't have either.
Last funeral was very formal, like.
Traditional, aye.
Dad wouldn't allowed any like singing unless it was hymns, like.
Why?
There's a standard to keep, you know, because of the business, like.
Yeah, people would be watching.
He had to present the right image.
What? No show of emotion?
Not a lack of emotion, no, just a sense of propriety.
People would be looking, judging.
At his own wife's funeral?
Dave, lad, when you're an Irish Catholic, there is always someone watching.
That's why we have to spend so much time in confession. Fucking repent, what?
3 waters, and may the Lord have mercy on your soul.
The wake's the place for that sort of thing. The church, the funeral, that's the business part.
I proposed to Rena at the funeral.
Whose?
Her dad's. He got mixed up in that big stamp auctions thing a few years back and lost his life. Probably about killed him in the end.
Stress. Like a heart attack.
Ah, no, he chucked himself out Parliament House. This was a week, though. Only quiet spell was when Rena sang at his funeral. She had a voice.
Reminds me, the Corporal was going on about wakes and traditions and party pieces, you know.
What's she doing, a bleeding belly dance?
It's just custom, like.
What, you want me to sing, or...?
Sing or say or whatever.
I don't know what to... Well, what would you two do?
I'm sitting this one out.
I was looking at, like, bits of the Bible, but I thought they were more for church. This is something for Dad, you know, something personal. Then I remembered there was this toast he'd always do at funerals. He'd change it, like, depending on who it was.
Well, you have the floor.
You don't
Come
mind?
on, you go.
Are we standing?
He's not lost, that father. Nor has he travelled far. Just stepped inside home's loveliest room and left the door ajar.
Nice.
That was lovely.
It was only a little.
Yeah, no, I liked it.
Do you think you might?
Say something. Look, when a lad had fallen the line, we used to do this poem, like, as a tradition. Yeah, sentimental old bollocks, I can hardly remember half of it, but it's the only thing I can think that's right.
If you want to, go ahead.
Yeah. Do not stand at my grave and weep. I am not there. I do not sleep. I am 1,000 winds what blow. I am a diamond on the snow. I am the something grain and rain, something like the uplifting flight. I am the star which shines at night. Do not stand at my grave and cry. I am not there. I did not die.
Are you gonna?
Not feckin' singing.
If I can do my bit, bloody sure you can do yours.
Come on, it's casket. Is that not enough?
Do the song.
Ah, the feckin' song. I don't know the feckin' song.
What the hell is that supposed to be?
That was one of Ma's.
What's she like from that big old book of folk songs? The green one with the smelly pages. You know the one I mean. Martin knock da da da, a mac da 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 lock a
Jesus, I've not needed Gaelic since I left school. What they bother teaching it for at all?
Then you got it, Lynn. Jeez, I know that one.
Brilliant! Will you sing it?
No. Could I? Was that the week?
What was?
Last week. I sang that song with Dad. I was sat on the front step like cement, freezing the arse at me, and Dad comes out to me and, you know, I think I'm in for a rollicking. And I wipe away tears with my sleeve and stand to look at him. I'd never seen him like that. All frail and tearful like.
Yeah, I was a private man for that sort of
He
thing.
was, aye. He had a crack in his voice like. And he says to me, look up at your ma. I look up to the sky with him. And then he puts the sofa blanket on me.
The weave one.
Aye, the one on the sofa, like, over my shoulders. And then he just stands at the back of me silent for frickin' ages. And then sings. And I sing with him. Next thing I know, everyone's at the window listening. I can't think why I didn't remember that to know. I'm still not bloody singing it though.
That was it. That was the last time that the three of us were together.
That was the night, wasn't it?
Here we fucking go.
Look, you lad's gonna tell me what happened.
Dave.
He's home. The Yanks home.
Who?
Kennedy. He's back in New Ross. He's done the old meet and greet with the family, and the radio says he's about to do the speech. I thought you'd like to hear.
Sean, now's not the time.
Ah, come on, he's your president.
Come on, Christine. Just bide your time, yeah?
Ah, will you come on, you cheap lump of
Sean, do you really think us listening to the Yang talk about how wonderful it is to be one great big happy Irish family really best, you know now?
Well, you'll be at the church when they repeat it on the news line.
Sean, come on.
I want to hear what he has to say.
What?
I want to hear what the Yank has to say.
I want to hear too.
Is it long?
Oh, quick so. It's a big day for Ireland.
Big day for Ireland. If I hear one more person say,
Paddy, I'm trying to listen. Will you shut up and have a sandwich?
It took 115 years to make this trip. And 6,000 miles. And 3 generations. And I'm proud to be here, and I appreciate the warm welcome you've given to all of us.
bringing the homecoming, what?
My grandfather left here to become a cooper in East Boston. He carried nothing with him except 2 things:
He can talk about.
a strong religious faith and a strong desire for liberty.
No, that's Ireland.
And I'm
His
glad
family.
to say,
What was that?
Nothing.
that all of his great-grandchildren have valued that inheritance.
Can we turn this shite off?
You're drunk.
You're limp.
You're gone.
Oh, you're fucking kidding me.
I'll be working over at the Albatross Company
Ah, he's gas, isn't he?
In any case, we are happy to be back here. About 50 years ago, an Irishman from New Ross traveled down to Washington with his family, and in order to tell his neighbors how well he was doing, he had his picture taken in front of the White House and said that this is our summer home. Come and see us. Well, it's our home also in the winter, and I hope you will come and see us. Thank you.
That's a grand one. I say, that's a grand president you have over there.
And I'm sure the distant Irish around the world will be saluting their radios.
Couple of Philistines, your brothers, what?
I like what he said about his great granddad. That was nice.
He's winning you over, is he, the Yank?
It's not as bad as I thought. I'm warming to him. I'll say that. I'm warming to him.
We'll make you a Yankee Mick convert yet.
Right there, Christy. Chris. Right there. Well, grand. Yeah, I'm grand, eh? I had to make a phone call.
You're leaving?
Just for a minute, so I promised Mary I'd check in on her. Sean, do you have a payphone?
Of course we have a phone, you're not in the bleeding sticks. But wait now. That phone's broken.
I'm using your back way.
Well, mind me, crates.
Yes, we're going to tell me.
See you another 6 years, Christy.
Well, that's fucking helpful, isn't it?
Is he coming back?
Yeah, sure. He's just gonna make a call.
To book a flight home? He flew home when things got dicey before. So why do you think he's staying now?
He's right. What's keeping him here?
Dave, lad. Sit down. You. Go count your blisters.
There was something happened at Ma's wake, wasn't it?
There was a lot going on at the time.
Will you cut the shite?
Dave, lad, what do you remember?
Just when Christy came home, that's when it started. I was only a nipple, but I saw Dad change.
He changed, aye.
The earliest I remember of him is a man full of life, but then with Christy, that started fading. Like the pictures on the mantel and the sun washing them out like. It's so slow you don't notice it's happening. A faded blur that looks like someone you used to know.
He faded, aye.
Broke down till he got sick. He lost his fight. He'd have fought it if he was half the man he was.
Fighter, yeah, no doubt.
Paddy, you must have seen it. You must have seen Christy turn down to a ghost in his own house. We let him.
Did you ever ask why?
Don't know why. And Christy left. When you both left, you as good as left me alone. There was nothing left of that.
But did you ever ask yourself why? Why it all went pop at Ma's wake?
Look, when Ma's wake was winded up, I saw them arguing out the front.
It come to a head, aye.
What about?
What did you see?
I know I saw you pushed on the floor.
Thrown on the floor. By Dad?
Christy had come at Dad about something, they were shoving you, got pushed.
Thrown.
And Christy.
Christy hit Dad.
Yes, he happened.
Bloody right he hit him, Dave. What happened then?
Dad fought.
Dad fought back.
That's right, and
Going to town they were.
they were, and
Back and forth, fists, yeah?
yeah,
And then Christy, Dad grabbed the rock, yeah?
I think.
And he hit Christy, yeah?
I think.
And Christy grabbed the bottle.
Yes, he grabbed the bottle and he came at Dad.
He held him up against the wall.
That's
yeah?
right, and he threatened him.
And then what happened?
And then, he just walked away. Left us alone.
Well, that's all cleared up now. I feel a lot better.
Christy came at Dad and just left. There's something I'm missing.
There's a lot more you're missing.
Well, will someone fucking tell me before I lay out of eating in my own?
He left because of what your dad did to you.
What do you mean?
Oh, well. The cat's out of the bag now. You may as well let it shite on the carpet.
David, love you. Your dad loved you very much, but when Chris went off with the army, your dad changed. A lot. Seemed to lose something of himself with his eldest going off like that, and tried to replace it with the drink.
Oh, come on, sure, we all like a drop.
You don't think I know it? Look, I remember the early mornings. The smiling breakfast tables and the happy feckin' families.
I remember them too.
But do you remember the late nights? Himself working till all hours.
Keeping things going.
He was sat in here growing roots at the end of the bar. Coming home with a wave of steam on him.
Come on, sure, I know he wasn't perfect like, but...
It's a common enough story, isn't it? And you know why it's a common story? Because it's happening all over Ireland.
What's she saying, Pat? He was a miser, a sage like you.
Christy gone, you a baby, and that coming home with dregs in a bottle and a lump of his own flesh, ripped out fighting in France, and he saw me. What do you think
Oh,
happened?
shut the feck up. Corporal!
For his shame. Yes. Oh, I know what people say about me. I'm a busybody. Curtain twitcher. But some truths, young David, are too shameful to be told while you're alive. They have to come out after, so you can rest when you're dead. Well, your ma had her truths, and I told Christy that night. Oh, sure, when I pass, the sins of my life will paint off walls. But you da.
We're not saying this to hurt you.
See, he gave you a clit. You probably deserved
He
it.
was a...
You remember his shite then and all.
I stepped in again and again between you and him and a belt.
Me dad, the man, the only one who was there for me when you and Chris fecked off.
We feckin' had
Jeez, half the lads I went to school with had dads hitting the bottle and a little too happy with the fist. but
happy with his fist. He was fucking elate.
You say a few drinks.
Ah, you're not listening
And you,
to.
knowing this,
You were only a...
you saw he was a good man.
When I was in hospital.
You feckers.
When I was in hospital. Do you remember?
The fever.
It wasn't a fever, you fucking...
He punctured Paddy's fecking lung.
Got it. Why did I never...
Christy came home. You said yourself, things changed when he came back. And he saw what your da had done to yous, made a wreck of your ma, used Paddy as a wailing post, and you...
He never touched me.
That's not true.
You need to listen, David. You need to really, really listen.
What's she saying, Pat?
There was a night. Ted Lanigan found out his lad Noel had been killed. A hit and run like. He never fought in the war or nothing, but I guess it struck a chord. Dad came home and she'd swear he'd been run over himself. A pale, bald mess he was. I went out to him and stood in front of him, waiting for the leathering that was coming. He just slid to his knees and he looked up to me and he says to me, "That's not me boy. Where's me other one?" And I says to him, "It's just me." And he sort of smiles a stinking, drunken grin. And he puts his hand softly to me cheek. And then he clatters me into the feckin' wall. Then he goes after you.
But you were only about 3 or 4, but
I done all I could.
we never let on to Christy then. But once your ma passed, I told him, felt we owed it to her memory, like how your daughter had fractured your skull. Well, he must have been thinking on what happened to poor little Noel Lanigan that evening, because he told the guard you'd been hit by a car. Said you woke up sleeping and he found you hit in the middle of the road. No one asked too many questions back then.
Whatever did.
Once Christy knew it was like pulling the trigger on a bullet, he leaded your dad to the ground and he threatened to finish him there that night. You don't remember David, lad, do ye?
I told him to go. I ran outside and pushed him away from Dad, told him to go.
He promised your ma he'd protect you, but how could he when you didn't want protecting?
After all that Dad had done, and I'm the reason he left.
There's the feckin' truth.
Your dad was a better man for that night. He doted on you, young Dave. You were all he needed in the world. He shut everything and everybody else out. You were his chance to get it right.
And I look at you, and all I can see is the good man you were. Deep rivers of woe at Shannon then. Deep rivers.
Where are you going, Dave?
On the way to see Dolan's. Cancelled the hearse. We'll carry him the rest of the way, right?
Shut everyone else out, did he? Me dad, me brothers, me wife, me ma, me son all gone. Who do I have left in this world? Christ, kill me now.
Do I have to molly-paddle you now?
Need muddling or cuddling. In fact, it's you I can do without. Why are you here? Why are you always here? You've been sticking your oar in our lives for the past Christ knows how long. Just 'cause we had the misfortune of living next door to you. Who asked you to be part of our family? You're not our ma. You're not even a distant feckin' relative. You're a sad, hardened old crone who doesn't have anyone. So she goes about making everyone else's life a misery. Well, I've had it with you. I'm done with you. I'm not going to be a replacement just 'cause you were too much of a bitch for your own lads to take. Christ, even your fella decided to feck off and die and I'm sorry.
Is any what you said untrue?
Might have exaggerated a bit.
Did you mean what you said?
Yeah.
Then what are you apologising for?
I accept you.
Yes, it yourself. I'm a hardened old crone, and it'll take more than drunken drivel from a gubby little shite like you to upset me.
So why did you slap me?
Because I told you to stop swearing.
You know, I think that's the first time I've ever seen you smile.
It could be the first time. How did it look?
Second.
Paddy, it's not bitterness drives me. I love me boys, I love my husband and they love me. They went off to fight for their country long before ye were born. They died painfully, but for their home and what they believed in. I miss them, but I'm proud of them. And I try and do something to make this town, this country and its people just a little bit better every day. In their memory.
There's me thinking you were just a nosy old sow.
Well, David was right. You're deep river, you Shannon boys. But not of woe, of self-pity.
I'm a river now?
No, you're a miracle. 6 miscarriages your ma had before you graced us. All girls. Said the good Lord must have built her just to make tough Irish boys. But having you could have killed her. But you were her lucky number 7. A miracle.
So if I'm some miracle river, what does that make Dave?
Ferrars Merval. Oh, right. I'm off to check on the lad. He's been to a lot these few days. You stay and keep an eye on your dog, right?
You're just dead. I'm a bleeding miracle. Christ. Sean? Sean?
Okay.
I forgot to close the hatch. I'm sorry.
Jeez, did you hear
The whole pub heard. Look, it's fine. The few lads that was in have gone. They're respectful fellas, and I've closed up now.
Oh, I'm sorry if it cost you money.
Not
like-
at all. To tell you the truth, I think it was a little too close to home for those lads. Myself included.
But you're da.
Everyone's there. Look at that. A bird buckle beat me so fucking hard the thing embedded in my arm.
Jesus.
To quote another president, all that I am, or hope to be, I owe to me mother. There's a reason why Lincoln didn't mention his dad there.
Getting that shot.
I'm doing my dad's old job at his old bar, serving his old regulars, and sleeping in his old bed. It doesn't mean I have to be him now, does it?
It's late for me now.
What do you mean?
Fecked it all up. Feck it. Me and Wiener like. We're having our boy Jack. Oh, I love him to bits like, but that was the fucking death to our marriage. I had the business falling to pieces by day, the marriage dissolving by night. The only bit of peace was I had time in between night.
So you came here?
A bit of peace like, till it takes over.
What are you getting at? You are?
I hit her.
Yeah.
I fucking hit her! Not just the once. Fucking repent, what? Jeez. The most shameful, unforgivable thing I've ever done is to end up just like that prick! Ruined his own business. Drove his wife away. Hit her. And Jack. Oh, jeez, me old flesh.
You didn't, did you?
I came home from here one day, and he's just standing at the doorway, just like I used to. Just like. And I swear to God, I didn't see me boy standing there, it was me! It made me so fucking mad I went for him. Oh, jeez. I felt his little cheek on the back of my hand. I haven't seen him in a fucking year.
Oh, fuck's sake, Pat!
Fuck. We are our father's sons, what? Tell me I'm not like him.
Oh, I don't know what to say, Pat. I know now. At the end of the day, he's your dad.
He made me just like him. I fucking hate him. Why am I like you? I'm a better man than you. I'm a better man. Can I get some help? Look at you now, you fucker. Look at you. Oh, Jesus Christ, you're right in the head.
Oh, it's fun getting yours lot together.
That happened here. We told him what happened at the wake. We told him what Dad did. Everything.
He's burst me fucking blister. Stood feckin' toe and burst the fecker.
You're right, Sean.
Ah, there's that ton of shite oozing out of it, like. Ah, that'll take an age to feckin' hit. Can today get any feckin' better? Ah, Jesus, Sean, you should learn to keep your feckin' mouth shut.
Corporal,
The devil is going on here.
I just got a little...
I was asking Mr. Dwyer.
Well... fuck this.
Back one day and causing trouble, Christy.
Got back yesterday, actually. Caught a flight from...
I know how planes work.
I wanted to say.
I wasn't sure what I'd say to you if I ever saw you again.
And now?
Don't press me or you might find out.
Do you want us to leave?
Oh, no, you sit down, David, love. We've no secrets here.
That's a fucking lie.
I'm fine now, by the way.
Are you drinking again, Paddy Shannon?
I was just holding it for... Yeah, I fickin' am.
Who gave that gobdor a drink? I'll deal with you in a minute.
So, told him all about his da now then, what?
Told him what his da should have told him way before now.
You taking the moral high ground here, Corporal. After what you've done.
You don't know what I had to do.
Sneaking off at night. Colluding with monsters.
Snaking off. Monsters. You're the turncoat of betrayed your family more than once, and you sicken me. Going off to fight with a bunch of British bastards who've been butchering our people for decades, and as soon as the Yanks come
There was nothing to do with the Yanks.
you ran off and
Ran off?
Ran off with the bastards who'd had their boot on our nation's throat.
Ah, Jesus, will you give over with your oppressed nation?
You didn't live through the brutality of my time.
And you didn't have to fight off the savagery of mine!
We all had a war, Christy.
There's a difference when the fight's on the end of your bayonet, not 500 miles behind the front lines.
Our front lines were the street yees grew up in.
Jeez, this wasn't some shootout at the GPO, it was a fucking world war on the scale of...
Don't play the wounded soldier with me.
You'd rather the alternative.
Ye had a duty.
To my family. Don't get me started. You only adopted ours when your own Upton died.
Exactly. I know penance. A husband and 2 boys. I know the price of the savagery of war.
And you've been living on the sympathy of their deaths ever since.
Ní tún anseo untalai.
Bonesh for Carton Vernos. Was Tongar and Saggart.
You've a mean streak, Christy Shannon.
It's a good job. It's a good job me and thousands of other Irish lads had a mean streak. Otherwise you would be sitting in here surrounded by beardy fuckers in spiked helmets eating sausages. Frau Corporal. Besides, even when we won I lost. I'd have known.
If you'd have known what? You wouldn't have deserted your family, your country. You're the one signed up under a false name, some dead lad on your dar's slab. How could we have told you?
You could have found me.
You didn't want to be found. You sacrificed...
I sacrificed my right to a family to protect this damn country.
Why are ye here?
For me son.
He's not your son!
Well, he's not me fucking brother.
He'd turn in his grave if he could...
He's not there yet.
Dave, lad.
Oh, Dave, lad, I wanted to tell you, but oh, the shame of it.
Whose shame? Yours.
I helped your Mary in her hour of need.
How?
Don't you know, Pat? That's why they call her the Corporal. Because of her army. Her army of illegitimate bastards across the country.
It's true. I've no shame in it. Her dar and your dar came to me in a fit one evening, begging me to save yous all from a life of castigation.
Jeez, it's getting biblical.
Well, I was going to turn them away, and then I looked at them. Well, I tell you boys, I've never seen such a pair of pitiful men. Hollow they were. All they could see before them was their little uns' futures just skittering away. Her 13, you 15. There's the filth of it.
But why you?
My own sister Agnes, God rest her soul, had found herself in the same woeful state. I knew places that these young girls could go to have their unwanted...
Unwanted.
Well, what would you say?
Unfortunate.
I knew a place these girls could go to have their unfortunate children. There was always a sick aunt or a new school or a new job called a girl away for months on end. These things had to be done quickly and quietly.
She didn't go quietly though, did she?
She did not. She had told you this part.
Stuffed into her dad's van in the middle of the night. Smuggled away like some screaming prisoner, what?
The way things were done, painful but quick.
I can't believe you. You sit there and you call me a sinner when you...
A different time, Chris.
There was a war on.
Not our war.
There were countries tearing each other to pieces. There were families ripped apart. It was chaotic and it was violent and it was treacherous. Could have got married.
Married? Oh, you've been away too long, Christy, son. You have no idea how your country works, do you? It wouldn't have been just the two of you branded as sinners. It would be your whole family shunned. Your dad's business closed. Ma's would have made their little uns cross the street so as not to be tainted by your hedonism. Oh, he'd have carried your sin through his life like a brand on his forehead. Make no mistake, this sweet young boy would be forever out of the eyes of God, because what self-respecting priest would christen him? The churches, people would drive his out.
What's God ever done for us?
More than you know!
So you hid him. You hid him under me nose and you sent Mary away.
You know, the night we took Mary away, your dad said it was his fault. Thought it was his bad blood made you so unholy. Sins from the family's way back. Some uncle, moons ago, unspeakable acts with livestock. Sickening. And all the prayers and the teaching and the discipline and the guidance he gave his. And you know what he says to me that night? Has the good Lord given him my family affliction? Is that what this is?
And what did you tell him?
I told him the Lord works in mysterious ways.
You mean you had no fucking idea what to say?
Of course I bleeding didn't. I'm a Catholic, not a saint.
No right. You had no right to keep him from me, Dave. She had no right. You are a wizened old witch and you will die alone. I would see to that!
Christy, son, I loved your family. And deep down inside me, there's probably a shard of affection even for you. But don't stand in front of me like you're the first love-lorn lad to berate me for doing this. I'd like to be kind and tell you it was just Mary, or even that she was the first. But I've heard scores of lasses about town. Lost parents looking to me to save their children from being cast out by all and sundry. I've saved lives too. Think on that.
I'm lost. I'm really at a fucking loss as to what to say to you.
I did what I knew had to be done. I'm not ashamed. I'm not sorry. You can cry for him now. Run away to the church to pray for your dad, for his good self. You can come with me if you want.
We've to carry him yet. I'll stay.
And you mark the strength in that boy. That's not you giving that to him.
Nothing's changed.
For you, nothing's changed. For me,
I suppose you've a score of questions. I certainly owe you some answers.
Probably a few overdue birthday cards too.
questions. Not as many as you'd think. Just 2. Why didn't you take me with you?
You didn't even know you were mine until I went to find your ma, Mary. When I did, I told her how you told me to leave. You weren't our son then, you were his. Because who'd have believed a couple of young ones like us, you know? The next time we saw you, you was on your way to growing up, becoming your own man. And that's when we decided to leave. We couldn't bear to see you growing up without us.
Then why not just tell me?
That's a complicated question. I've asked myself that one a lot over the last few years. The truth is, I respected and feared that man. There's something about a father's hold over his son. It's like a comforting hand that starts to crush you. I don't think I'll ever be able to explain it.
I'm not sure I'd ever understand.
But know that we wanted to. Your man, me. Can you ever forgive me?
I don't think so, no. I'm sorry, but no. I always knew this family had secrets. I never realised I was one of them.
Dave, if you just listen.
You can't fix the last 20 years.
Look, your man.
Oh, don't start with all of that.
Dave, son.
I'm not your fucking son. I'm his. He's me dad. Do you hear me?
The 2 of you. Shut up. You should be on the
When you're
telly.
busy, you got something else.
Why won't you listen?
Why won't you stop?
Why are you eating 3 of these?
Anything.
Nothing.
Anything that I can do.
Oh, wait. You don't know.
Just let me
Get up there. I'll nab you. That's 7 years bad luck.
Bad luck in this family. You'd not be paying attention.
Did you cut yourself?
Give up. I'm fine. Mirror's been broken years.
How can I fix this?
I'll never call you dad. He's me dad. You hear me?
I understand.
We're burying a lot of the past today. When the dust settles, maybe,
Maybe.
just maybe, for now.
That'll do for a start.
Till then, I think as Dad would say, we'll continue with funereal composure.
Respectful stoicism.
Fuck me, that woman can curse when she wants to.
Yeah, right?
Corporal just gave me a dressing down, and I swear I saw a doctor blush.
She's a fierce one.
Look, Father Swiftlebanks has just stuck his head in. You have to be up there in 15 minutes.
Cheers, Sean.
A toast to us. The bastard, the miracle, and the yank.
Jesus, it sounds like some racy book. Sláinte. Jesus, that cuts.
So is the last one that burns.
Are we about ready?
To get me jackets.
Dave, lad.
You mean slates? That's what you wanted, wasn't it, old fellow?
It's all the better for being said. No more secrets.
Yeah. No more secrets.
There are no more. Right, Dave?
Dave?
Maybe just one.
I knew it. I'm adopted.
Oh, lads, if there's a place in hell.
David, what's wrong?
I'm not sure that this changes things, what with all that's been said and that. You just weren't there, so you just can't. I'd not seen a doctor or help of a week, there was nothing. Everyone had given up on him. They'd all given up on him. At the end when I had to prop him up so he wouldn't choke on his own tongue. When he couldn't even make words anymore, every sound from him sounded like he was in pain. just wanted to help him. I wrapped my arms around him and pulled him into me. I could feel him breathing against my chest. And I pulled him. Oh fuck, it was horrid. And I pulled him tighter, even when he struggled. And then, after about 30 seconds, he just went limp. I laid him back down, closed his eyes and made a phone call. What?
I don't know how it goes for me.
Is the realization that even today, this very small island still sends thousands, literally thousands, of its sons and daughters to the ends of the globe to carry on a historic task which Ireland assumed 1400 or 1500 years ago. Tis it is the Shannon's brightly glancing stream, brightly gleaming, silent in the morning beam, over silent transit. Thus returns from travel long, years of exile, years of pain, to see old Shannon's face again, over the waters glancing. Well, I'm going to bring it back and see old Shannon.